What is up, guys? It's ZekraaX. It's one of the first videos on my channel, but just wanted to make a guide out there because I couldn't really find any videos out there that helped me when I needed it, so I decided I'd make one for myself. This is a peroxide leveling guide just to kind of get you through the game, get you up to the higher levels. I have a decently fresh hollow. It's level 28, and I'm going to be using it to kind of display everything in the video up until we get to the later stages, in which I'll pull out my main character, which is a Quincy. So things are a little different, but everything should be just about the same. And let's get straight to it, not waste any time. First things first, when you start the game, I'm not going to go over how to become every specific race because there's plenty of videos out there that already teach you this. What I'm going to be doing is, once you're already chosen what you want to be and gone through all of that, get how to actually level up and raise your stats. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find any quest board, although I would recommend just being in this area of the map. Main thing to notice is the bridge is right over here, and if you turn on your Ryatsu, which is this key for me, but it can be your 1, your 2, whatever, or it might even be in your tilled backpack, turn that on and look for the red gem, and you'll find Urahara's shop right next to it to the left. Or you can find a bus stop like one of these, hold E on them and go to Urahara's shop, which will teleport you here. Now from here, what you want to do is you want to go to the quest board and try and find something. So first thing you probably want to do is to clean up plastic near Quincies' house. You want to do this until you have $50. So I'll just show you how that looks. We'll put our sword away for now, but it essentially brings you right over here and you pick up trash. So nothing too crazy there. Very simple task. You get a little bit of EXP as well for it. If you're a hollow, you start off with 1 stat point. You can't really raise them at all, so this is probably your best bet to earn that money as quickly as possible. I wouldn't do the delivery ones, and I wouldn't really try to do combat a whole lot just because of that reason for hollows, but it really doesn't matter. It's very much so a preference thing, and if you want to go do combat, you can do combat. At some point you will have to anyway, so might as well get it out the way. Once you get $50, you're going to come over here to the gym marked by the word gym and all these pictures of Goku everywhere, and you're going to talk to the gym bouncer and you're going to buy a membership for 50. Now inside the gym, which by the way, you can't pull a weapon out here or else it'll teleport you straight outside, you can essentially train all your stats to level 30. Now what I would do, now as you can see, I have everything except spirit. I left my spirit alone because the resurrection I have on my hollow is not a spirit based one. For that reason, I would just go strength early on, strength, vitality, Ryatsu, agility, and skip on spirit, just because not everything scales with spirit, and more often than not it's a lot easier to play the game when you have something that scales with strength, as it allows your M1s to be just as deadly and powerful, unless you have some type of weapon that scales off of spirit, which I'm not too fond on the game. I don't know yet, but either way it goes, inside the gym you can train every stat. Here is vitality for the bench press, then you have the treadmills over here for speed / agility. You can come over here to these wooden dummies which do strength, and then you can go around here up the stairs, which I will be honest, when I first started the game I did not know about this upstairs compartment, but Ryatsu and then spirit over here if you are at the point where you think you want to train spirit. Another thing to note is that if you'll notice, I have stars on my abilities or my stat points here. Essentially what that means is that when I do gain points, I gain a bonus. 3 stats is the maximum, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but essentially once you're past 30, you can still use the gym in order to put stars on your stats and then go do whatever thing you were doing before to raise them, and that'll just give you a nice little bonus. So just keep that in mind when we get to the later stages, when we talk about invasions and things like that, which I'll bring it back up myself, but just keep that in mind when you're doing any sort of task that gives you a stat raise at the end of it. Let's try to get stars on it first before we do that. So right now, since I'm in the gym, I'm going to go ahead and level up my strength. It won't gain anything because I'm already past 30, but I can put stars on it so that when I do gain and put something into strength, I can get a bonus there. So again, we'll move on to the next step, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that for myself, and then I'll see you guys in a minute. Once you are trained up and you have 30 in whichever stats of your choosing, which by the way, if you go to this screen, your Ryatsu and agility don't have a specific cap or a limit based on other stats like the combat ones do. So you can train these to your heart's content. But as you saw, I put 3 on strength. Now, here's where it gets a little interesting. You have a lot of options at this point. You can either continue to do quests on the board. You can talk to Urahara. Every 30 minutes, you can hit this option for I want you to train me, and you could fight him. It says I look worn out because I fought him earlier already, but you can kind of do that. Or you can go to your area of choice, which is for Quincies is Wanderick, for Soul Reapers it's the Soul Society, and for Hollows, such as my character here, it's Hueco Mundo, and you can go and do invasions. Now invasions early on aren't so heavy on the player XP, so actually leveling up, but they're heavy on stat points. So they're a great way to increase your stats. But from level 1 to 50, your best bet is to speak to Kisuke and ask what kind of chores. Sure, take the quest, and he'll give you a little thing here. So for me right now, it is literally to do an invasion, but you might go on 2 quests. You might get fight me and it'll be free for you. You might get, anything. It could be just to do damage to NPCs, which NPCs are any non-player enemy. That's what NPC stands for. It's non-player character. Either way it goes, for me, I have to do an invasion. And once I finish this task of doing an invasion, it will give me a stat point raise, which again, since I have 3 stars in strength, I'm going to go ahead and put them into strength as I want to train strength, and then we'll kind of move on from there. But that until level 50 is your best bet and your best source of being able to level and stat at the same time. You don't have it this good early or later on until you can, kind of reliably fight other area enemies. But for now, this is your best bet. Is to just do chores and do whatever the chore tells you to do. Next, we have the post level 50 grind and how to raise your stat points and levels there. At this point, you can see that I've changed to my Quincy. Of course, he is a higher level. This is just to show you guys some of that later content that I couldn't do on my Hollow because my Hollow is only level 28. So you'll use your class ability that takes you to whichever area you're in. So for me, it's Wanderick. And we'll go ahead and head over there, and I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, I have arrived in my class specific home area, and I'm going to show you guys the next step for leveling up. Now this is post 50, so you're already done about everything. You've got some stat points on, and you're pretty much ready for combat at this point. Now at level 50, you should be around rank D or C, so you will come talk to your invasion NPC, which if you don't know where it is, if we use our Ryatsu, he has a purple icon, and this is the same for whatever, no matter what area you're in, they'll always have this purple icon. So you'll come here and you'll talk to it. Make sure that you do start your progression for your class specific upgrade. So for Quincies, it is getting Script, which you can do at level 15. Now I didn't bring this up because there's plenty of videos out there on how to get Script, but just a little quick tidbit. Make sure that you talk to your class specific NPC. I'll put like a little note or something on the screen if I haven't already, but yeah, just make sure you start your progress for it so that you're gaining as we do this. But you will want to start doing invasions for your main method, and again, if you're working on your script, you would have already started doing invasions in order to obtain it, but this is the best method from this point forward. So as a Quincy, we can choose whether to go to the Soul Society or Hueco Mundo, but I'm going to just use Soul Society for the sake of this video. And since you will be rank D or C, at level 50 you should have the stats to be able to reliably begin to take on some enemies. Just do some invasions. Invasions give you decent experience, especially if you do the killing spree one. The first one is mostly for stat points, as you don't gain a whole lot of experience, and kind of just go from there. Just keep grinding them. You'll get items from it. That's how you get little equips, accessories for your character that also do give stat boosts. So they're pretty nice. Invasions are very clutch in the later game, and that's your main method from leveling up at this point forward. Speaking of class progression for your designated upgrade, for Quincies, I can show you guys this. This is just a little tidbit at the end, but when you talk to UI over there and you get, he asks you about a promotion, or you ask him about a promotion, He tells you to go do invasions. You speak to general. The one you'll probably want to do is the any rank steal object of interest. It's just much easier to do. It only takes about 2 minutes to complete, depending on who you're with, if you're by yourself or not, and whatever else. But those are the best ones. I'm not gonna go in and show you guys any invasions. I'm just gonna let you know that that's the best one to do for grinding for your weapon, or your 30% drop from your clan leader. And after that, for gaining experience, you want to move on to doing these D rank killing sprees. After you hit level 90, or really 85, because at 85 you can start earning progress towards your next big upgrade, versus level 90 when you can actually start to try and obtain it. So at level 90, you'll want to go on a slay a leader for rank Bs or higher, because slaying a leader gives you 22 points. You need 420 in total. It sounds like a lot, but when you realize that time gates give you 75 per win and 25 per loss, and they happen every real life hour, and the portal stays up for 20 minutes. So right now it's 3:18 p.m. That portal is going to be open for another 2 minutes and it'll close. Time gates are little PvP events. They don't matter about level, but you shouldn't really be doing them until you're level 85 anyway, because the drops you could get from an invasion are much more plentiful than what you can get from a time gate. But again, every real life hour, the portal will last for 20 minutes, and during that time you can do an infinite amount of time gates, as long as you can finish them and get back to a portal and start one up again. But again, 75 points, 25 for losses, 22 for killing leaders, and then some, small minuscule points for killing, regular guards and things like that. That's pretty much it for this video. If this helped you out in any way, be sure to hit that like button. If there's any more info that you guys need, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below and I'll talk about it. Maybe I'll do videos on Vollstanding and things like that. As I continue my hollow progression, I might make some more content about, progressing over there, maybe some strategies on how to get past some of these bosses and whatnot. Such as your Vollstanding boss, which is a task, I will say, but we'll talk about it when the time comes. If you guys want to see it, let me know. Please do be sure. This is my first time making a video like this, and if there's any constructive criticism, I'm all open to hearing it. So please do let me know. That's it from me. I hope you guys have a great day.